What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is David Benjamin from Healthy Wild Free. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 salts we've been told are healthy. We've been marketed to as healthy salts, but really they are quite problematic. So there's a few things you need to understand when it comes to salt. And first and foremost, it's that salt has both a mineral composition, but also a metal composition. And what that means is that it could be very rich in very beneficial minerals for your health, but it could also be rich in metals that are bad for your health. So beyond the culinary uses, there's a few other things that are worth noticing and paying attention to. One being that some salts are from inland-based salts, meaning they're from the earth, and then some salts, other salts are from the sea or the ocean. Now, generally speaking, as a general rule of thumb, I have found that you want to avoid these salts from the earth, and here's why. The first salt on this list of the 3 salts that are toxic that we are told is healthy is across the board, generally speaking, Himalayan salts. Himalayan salts are derived from salt mines, which are in the earth in the Himalayan region. And generally speaking, based on the lab tests, most Himalayan salts are very high in aluminum and arsenic heavy metals, which are toxic and bad for your brain and your nervous system. So that's the first category of salt that you generally want to avoid is Himalayan salts. There is a range there, but generally speaking, this class of salts is the highest in heavy metals among any salts in aluminum and arsenic, so not a good thing. The next class of salts we've been told to market as healthy that you want to avoid is actually Celtic salt. Now, Celtic salt, it is mineral rich, and that's great, but it is also high in aluminum and arsenic based on the tests, so you want to avoid Celtic salt. The next salt is it's another inland salt that is derived from Utah in a mine. You'll hear people mining in the background right now. That's Redmond real salt. This salt is just as high and actually higher than some of the Himalayan salts. And once again, it's one of those inland salts. It's high in aluminum and arsenic. So the 3 types of salts you want to avoid are going to be your Himalayan salts, your Celtic salt, and your Redmond real salt. Now, in a prior video, I talked about and recommended Baja sea salt, and while this salt is low in aluminum and arsenic in terms of parts per million and parts per billion, unfortunately I recently found out that Baja salt is actually pretty high in lead. So I no longer recommend Baja salt. That leaves me with the remaining salt, which is still the undisputed and undefeated champion, Colima Sea Salt, which is lowest in arsenic, aluminum, lead, and it is also microplastic-free, because a lot of salts from the ocean also contain microplastics, as these little, tiny plastic particles are in the ocean. They get into the salts as well. So I would recommend Colima Sea Salt. It is the cleanest in terms of heavy metals, and it is also microplastic-free. So it's just it's cleanest across the board. It's going to be the healthiest, and it also has the same, mineral composition as the other salts, well, not all of them, but in terms of the sea salt, at least, it's a very similar mineral composition. So I'd recommend Colima Sea Salt. It's worth paying attention to the salts that you consume. Once again, it's important to keep in mind that salts contain both minerals and metals, and it's good to have a mineral-rich salt, but because these salts are high in heavy metals, you want to avoid these salts and instead go with Colima Sea Salt, which was tested in a lab report and shown to be the lowest in arsenic, aluminum, and lead, and also microplastic-free, which is also very important because plastics mimic estrogen. So estrogen dominance, especially in men, is not a good thing. It creates hormonal imbalances within the body, and for women as well. So this is the salt I personally use. This is the salt I'm recommending. This is the salt I use both in my cooking, culinary uses, and I also use it to sprinkle in water as a bit of a hydration supportive agent as well. So I know I've talked a lot about salt recently, but I just wanted to clarify all of that because in past videos I have talked about and recommended these salts, so I wanted to, based on this new lab report and analysis, recommend the healthiest salt, which is Colima salt. So I'll put the link below. Check it out. You can get this. The more bags you buy, the cheaper you get them, kind of like anything. So check it out and upgrade your salt. And once you're done with these brands, like I still have these brands, I'm just kind of not using them, but once you're done with these brands, have this ready and have it in your cupboard because it definitely is worth it. So that's it for this video. Just want to make sure you have the healthiest salt options and understanding possible. Please like, favorite, comment, and share this video below, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.